Good evening. I'm Cynthia. I'm here with Doug for Wall Street Media, and we'll help you make money in the stock market with information you will not find anywhere else. Today we're reporting on the Colin Stewart conference. If you want to follow that directly, you could go to wsw.com/webcast/CLST. But I do have some highlights for you and actually a couple of clips, which we'll get to right away. wsw.com/webcast/CLST. Don't forget if you want to follow them. First up, we got a clip here, actually. Larry Lee, CEO of RAM Energy Resources, ticker RAME, discusses the company's Barnett Shale operating area in Wise Country and the future well locations that have been identified. Roll the clip.
Currently, we have 85 square miles of seismic over our acreage in this play, and we are currently permitting and beginning a 50 square mile joint shoot with our operating partners out here in the play up in Wise County, and this will provide pretty much coverage seismically over all of our position in the core of the play. We do have 16 wells that are producing. We have 3 wells that were completed late in the first quarter of 08. We did spud 3 wells in the first quarter, that 2 of which were completed fairly late in Q2 and began producing, and then 1 well is still completing. And then we have 4 wells that we spud in the second quarter, all of which are completing. So we're looking forward to getting all these wells completed and brought on into sales activities here early in the third quarter. And so that should begin to contribute to production volumes in Q3 and on into Q4. We talk about the future locations, and these are locations that we've identified both seismically and geologically. We've identified 30 of those. We're continuing to work our seismic that we own here, and we'll be adding more locations as we go forward. We had originally budgeted about $10 million for capital to be spent in the Barnett play this year. We've already spent that $10 million and are currently evaluating what we need to do as far as a CapEx adjustment for the second half of the year. If you look at the area that we've been most active in over the last 6-7 months, it's our Raw Burris lease that we own jointly with Devon Resources. You can kind of see the activity level that we have had here. Our Burris 2H and 4H, those were wells that we simul-fracked. They were short leg laterals, about 1,800 feet. We spent about $1.6 million on each of those wells and got a combined initial rate of about $3 million a day from those 2 wells. So we were pretty happy to test that. The Burris 3H came in at $3.6 million a day, and then, of course, the Molly still cleaning up, but it came in a little over $2 million. Is still cleaning up. The 4 Dickinson wells are in various stages of completion, so those we'll be announcing those results once we completed them and have flowing test results.
Okay, going straight into the next clip, we have Michael Dale, President and CEO of ATS Medical, or ticker ATSI, discuss groundbreaking products in development in the area of non-invasive heart valve repair, currently in clinical trials in Europe. So we'll get straight to that clip. Roll it.
Our platform, as I mentioned, is 2 buckets, heart valve therapies, and secondly, the surgical treatment of atrial fibrillation. Our product platforms are characterized by the ATS open pivot mechanical heart valve. Our business was originally founded upon this particular product. Secondly, our ATS 3F tissue heart valve portfolio, which is characterized by a functionally superior product, which also the capabilities based upon the platform to be implanted when a valve needs to be replaced in a sutureless fashion. And I'll show you an example of that as I walk through the presentation. And then thirdly, the last leg in the stool, so to speak, for heart valve therapies is our Simulus heart valve repair products. Each of our products are characterized by one thing, one distinct effort, and that is innovation. We are a small player going up against very large established players. Our dictum and our effort and our business has been dictated by innovation and discipline towards that for the last 5 years. And where we are today is perhaps the most exciting time in our company's recent history, and that is many of these products and these R&D pipelines are coming to fruition, and look forward to explaining this to you. Finally, in terms of the efforts with regards to the treatment of afibrillation, is our CryoMaze platform. Our product and our energy source that we utilize is basically extreme cold to create a scar, and a very specific set of scars are what's required to treat a patient who suffers from atrial fibrillation. And again, I'll show you an example of that as we walk through the presentation. The other underlying theme behind all of our efforts from an R&D and from an implementation standpoint is been the effort and the objective to enable less invasive surgical procedures. But we distinguish ourselves from many other attempts in this particular area insofar as we are offering these procedures without any compromise in clinical outcome. So with regards to our entire platform, if you look at an ATS product and the potential to offer a genuinely less invasive surgical procedure, we do this without any compromise in the outcome of that procedure as compared to a classic traditional open chest procedure.
So I'm going to get into some more information. Next we have Safi Bakal. Sorry, Safi, if I can't say that right, but I think it's Bakal. President and CEO of Synta Pharmaceuticals, or ticker SNTA, discussed alesclamal, which is a novel small molecule two-step chemical synthesis that induces apoptosis by elevating oxidative stress. Brian Neesmith, CEO of Blue Coat Systems. Oh, I like that name, Blue Coat Systems.
I like that company.
BCS. Oh, good. See that? I pick them. I can pick horses, nothing else. BCSI described by names, BCSI described the great efficiencies in their products and an 88.2% record revenue this fiscal year. Jeff Johnson, Chairman and CEO of Cano Petroleum, CFW, spoke about the primarily Texan-based company's 66.7 million barrels of proved reserves as infrastructure and build-out focus in 2008, with its hope to exploit these assets in 2009, namely with the 200 million barrels of potential reserve that would still leave half the oil in the reservoir, a strong indicator of long-term future sustenance. Philip Yin, CEO of AXT Incorporated, AXTI, stated that the company has recently entered the market with a germanium. Yeah, germanium. Isn't that like a... Okay,
that's how you make money. It's like a germanium
really cute. The germanium element compound that is being used by so many companies to expand into solar technology. Peter Aquino, CEO of RCN Corporation, or ticker RCNI, stated that in addition to expansive and unique fiber routes in big cities around the country, RCN has recently acquired all of Con Ed's fiber routes in New York City, which significantly raises market shares in digital cable. Ari Kilman, Chairman and CEO of Blue Phoenix Solutions, BPHX, ticker, wants to expand geographically, approach new partnerships, and talks about outsourcing and modernization in hopes of bringing in new business. So that's what we have today from CLST. Doug, how long we have going on that conference?
Next 2 days, 2 more days.
Next 2 days, so we've got 2 more days. We're only going to bring you the most pertinent information, make you an intelligent investor, so you don't have to watch it, but if you do want to watch it, wsw.com/webcast/CLST. Colin Stewart Conference, not to be confused with Colin Farrell or Rod Stewart. Also, don't forget to click below and leave us some feedback. Also, follow Covestor, where you can be a big star or follow a big star. Also, don't forget that you can see Doug every single day here at Wall Street Media. Go to WSMCO.com. Don't forget T-Boone is on the website.
Woo! We love him.
He is Doug's mentor and
idol.
The reason for living, an idol. Thanks again for joining us. It's great to see you every day. Thank you. Say good night, Doug.
Good night, Doug.
Good night.